This is a systems test playthrough of Red Chrome Cargo, a Screamsheet for Cyberpunk Red, written by Cody Pondsmith. With Pav as Truth.exe, Jay as Zero Hanno, and Nick as the GM. 2045, Night City.
I'm quite straight to the point. I deal only in the truth.
He's probably just like telling this guy that he's going to be fine, he should stop complaining.
You are greeted by the sight of Ironsides, who gets his name from his affectation in that the whole right-hand side of him has been completely chromed up.
I've got an interesting opportunity for you this evening. You've been asked for.
And somebody else walks in. It's a young woman who's dressed in a full Netrunner bodysuit.
Red Eye, nice to see you.
I'm Hornet. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The Red Chrome Legion have risen a bit above their station. They have intercepted shipments that I have sent to the Iron Sights to help them in their efforts against them. So yeah, they have interesting material that could help turn the tide and end this bloodshed before it gets even more out of hand. Their shipment is moving tonight in the early hours of the morning. We had intel that they've managed to somehow, through hook or crook or sheer luck, steal a Militech train. What I need you to do is get the goods back off that train. I have commandeered a train of my own. We'll send you off on that. We'll run it level with the Hammerhead. Send you across, get in there, retrieve the cargo, come back, bring it back to me. Easy done. Then you get your payment, and then you get your information.
Zero feels like this has ended, so just gets up and starts heading to the van.
I'll make sure I grab my got all my stuff. Video camera is out.
You see there is a van idling there, waiting for you, with the back doors open, ready for you to jump in. He goes,
"Oh, before you go."
And he chucks you your shotgun and sniper rifle back.
Yeah, cool.
Episode 2. Next stop, Hammerhead.
I sort of fumble the sniper rifle. I catch the shotgun though. Cool. Yeah, sweet. Get into the van.
Okay, cool. You get into the van. The doors slam closed behind you. The driver...
Where were the free
around.
sweets that I was promised if I got into this van?
The driver goes, yeah, here's some... The Ironsides did tell me that you only got in vans if there were sweets. He hands you a little chupa chup style sucker there for you. He says it calmed you down, being in these sort of spaces, that you needed one before a job.
Right, so Truth has got his sweets. Driver, you're taking us to the second train. What's your name, driver?
I am.
Driver.
I definitely
good.
have a name here.
Delamain. Are you Delamain?
I'm not Delamain. No. That's too good.
Are you Janine?
I am Gunter. That's my name. It's Gunter.
Gunter. Yeah. It's okay. You can edit out.
Gunter.
Great. Gunter, sorry, it's only because I've been told by patients that they like it when I ask for their name before I then give them instructions or tell them to do things. So you're going to drive us to the...
Am I your patient?
Only if you pay. But for the meantime, if you could drive us to the second train, that would be great. Now, Red Eye...
Bud, I know my job.
Oh,
and
good.
He turns on the thing and just starts driving. Turns on the engine.
Now, Red Eye, what are your skills?
Oh, I'm pretty good at net running, I guess. I can hack. I've got a few programs that'll help me out. And I've got this, and she pulls out this very heavy pistol that she just plonks on the table. Goes, this kind of helps me when I need it.
Cool. Great.
Everything seems a bit much at the moment. I'm here for the eddies. I like to sit at my desk mostly, but yeah.
Why were you picked for this to be part of this team then?
Well, I'm. I don't feel like it, but people say I'm pretty good at what I do. Uh, I, there's a reason they call me Red Eye. You might see later. When I get on a job, things get a bit intense. Yeah, but I'll come through. I got to do it for the Eddies anyway. I don't know about you, but we got a lot of bills.
Got bills to pay.
Dad's just been so sick, so you know, got to do what you got to do. Hey.
Sorry to hear that about your father. I understand family is important and you got to do.
Yeah, everyone's got their struggles.
I'm a doctor, and so if I can help at all, obviously for Eddie's, I'd be happy to provide assistance.
Oh,
If you want
Have you ever
yeah,
tried
thanks.
doing
My
anything
clinic.
from the goodness of your heart, Zero? Just
I
'cause
do
it's the
everything
right
from the
thing
goodness
to
of
do.
my heart. It is the right thing to do to heal people.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, we see a lot of doctors. Yeah, yeah, he's getting. They say he's got all sorts of treatments. I don't understand much myself, but I'll just do what I can.
Do it for the Eddies.
Now,
That's
our
the Zero way.
our plan for assault on this train, we're going to board it through
Yeah.
the maintenance hatch,
Mm-hmm.
and then make our way through
We're
the
gonna.
train.
I guess so.
Truth, your
My video camera.
video
Yes, I
camera, is
will
that
have it out.
handheld or is that mounted? Do you have a mount
It's
for it?
mounted.
It's mounted. Do you want my shield that you can hold in
Yes.
one hand and
Yes,
then use your
I don't
handgun in
know.
the other hand?
Yes, I was hoping to not. Well, I'm not really a combat person. But yeah, I
Well, I
guess
think
so.
we're all combat people in Night City, aren't we? Whether we
You
choose to
will
be
have.
or not.
Yeah, Night City makes you a combat person. You've seen action. You know, people can just yeah, turn on.
Shoot people in the streets.
Yeah, I
Especially
guess
if you live
so.
in a
But it's a.
combat zone. I imagine
I
you've
know
seen quite a
it's
lot of
a.
action.
I. You know what? It's part of my everyday life, and I just wish it wasn't. Every person that dies, every human life is valuable, and I try not to, take one if I don't have to. But obviously,
Yes.
survival is key for me as well. I've seen people die all around me. It's just, it's a sad when it's your way of life. So yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will
You know, in the
use my pistol if it's required, but I'd rather not.
but about like 80 years ago, they used to make doctors say this like oath uh, to do no harm.
I know that
Just
the hippopotamus oath.
yeah. That's I
Yeah,
think it's the
I heard of
Hippocratic
that.
oath. But yes,
Oh,
that's the
the the hip the hypocritical oath.
I mean, it might as well be nowadays, but yeah, they don't make doctors say it anymore these days, do they?
I swear
For that
to
reason.
heal as long as you can pay your eddies.
That is not what I swear, it's what
Live
everyone
by.
has to scratch a living these days.
That's the Night City doctor oath.
Yeah. Hey, at least I treat more than just the super rich.
The medium rich.
Well, actually, a lot of my clients are very poor.
Gunter goes, it's getting a bit heavy in here, and just turns the radio on.
I shout
Let me
over
scan
it.
that
Some
quickly.
pay me in food. I take kibble as payment sometimes.
Kibble. How
Kibble's
low
the
do you
food.
go?
Yeah,
Kibble is
it's the food.
The most basic.
It's the real basic food. Yeah.
Yeah, at least go for some gourmet stuff.
I only ask for what people can afford.
What if they can't afford anything?
I've never met
I'm just
anyone
trying to
who
find
can't
out what
afford
kind of
anything.
person you are, Zero. Because I've seen things. I've seen people with absolutely nothing. Their lives been ripped apart by these wars and the constant fighting.
As have we all.
Yes, and I've seen your kind just leave them to die in the streets.
What are my kind?
Medtechs.
Yeah, the trauma teams do, especially
Yeah, they'll only
probably
deal
didn't
with
have good
people
enough
who
coverage.
can insure.
walk over bodies. It's a sorry state of affairs, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Right, let's get on this train.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to give you my bulletproof shield, which has 15 HP, and you can hold it while you're holding a handgun.
Thank you very
Obviously, cover is better, but in game terms. But as we don't know how much cover there's going to be on this train. Red Eye, I guess you should try and stay at the back. And I will go up front with my shotgun.
Yeah,
Blast
sounds
'em.
good. I'm down for that.
And we just need to avoid anyone flanking us. So obviously, Red Eye, if you can keep an eye on the rear guard as well.
You'd
Yeah,
assume with the train it's
okay.
going to be quite narrow. Single
Yeah.
file corridors.
Well,
Who's going to guard the rear?
that's what I asked Red Eye to do. Unless you want to do
That's me. No, I can do that. I got it. Look, we're gonna do this together.
it. Yeah.
Do we know what kind of train we're on?
The train that you guys are gonna be
Yeah.
getting. You
Wait,
haven't
as in,
given
like,
details of it.
The military train or the nice?
No, the one you'll be riding on, I assume.
The one we're riding on, like what we can do to prep on it, and then also what is the intel on the other train? Like, we've obviously got a net runner for a reason. So how can we use your skills on the train? Can it shut it
Well,
off?
if
Can it
there's
slow down?
if there's any defenses there, I should be able to do something about those. That's my job, and I could probably, depending on how it's operated, I could maybe do something about the train running too.
Yeah. A stop train is probably easier to deal with and jump on and off than a moving
Yeah,
one.
agreed. Okay. Cool.
And then I still don't know what I'm doing here, but I'll report on it, I guess, and help out where I can.
Yeah, just like keep your gun trained forward, right? You know the basics. Shield up,
Yes.
gun over the shield, shoot anything that moves that isn't us.
I'm pretty familiar with how to use my handgun.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
Two shots around. Keep
Two
the
shots in
fires
the head.
trained. If that's what is necessary, yeah.
Or the center of gravity.
I think just take whatever shot you can make rather than trying to just aim for the head. I've tend to seen people lose firefights when they're trying to make trick shots or shoot specific bits rather than just taking whatever shot they can.
I've also seen people die because they wasted bullets.
How many bullets you got?
You have 50, I believe.
Okay.
But you will need to split those into magazines of 8. And I don't know what your kind of carrying capacity would be realistically for that.
Do we have carrying capacity? I didn't think we did.
No. I just think, well, depending on what your clothes are, it just look odd toting many. I guess don't know how you would do it if there was a means of.
Well, the guns are
bandoliers
concealable
or whatever.
Yeah, I think if a gun is. Yeah, but I think if the gun's concealable, the magazines will be concealable too, right? I imagine them as preloaded.
8. Yeah, they are. But still, wearing 8 is. I guess you could wear them on like a bandolier at the front.
6.25. 6. Yeah. Well, I've got 60 shotgun shells on me.
Just in your pockets.
Does it say anything in the book about how much your magazines can hold?
I'm imagining. Oh, it does. It says under the weapon.
Under the
each
weapon
has a
profile.
magazine.
Yeah.
Is this in the back end of the rule book?
I find it easier. It's in both bits, but page 94 has all the weapons laid out, and you'll see it has
heavy
a standard
pistol,
magazine.
standard magazine 8. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
And you see you've got a rate of fire of 2, so you can fire twice per round.
Attack action.
Per action, yeah.
And you can split up anything, the rate of fire with anything that has rate of fire 2, though. So you could do, if you're using a melee weapon, you could punch, then shoot. So, or vice versa. So as long as both your things you're using have a rate of fire that matches, you can use them in one turn. Good.
Okay,
so
sounds good. Well, I've only got a gun on me, so...
There we go. Gunter goes, "Oh, we're here." And he takes to the depot and turns the engine off. Turns around to you and goes, "Good luck."
Nice.
And then he goes, "Oh shit! Actually, no, wait. I'm driving the train. Follow me."
Gunter, you're coming with us.
Yeah,
you're the driver.
Yeah, gets out and locks it up, and you enter into a big warehouse that looks like it could have been an aircraft hangar at some point, but clearly was just a train maintenance yard there. There's a single locomotive and a single carriage attached to it too that looks a bit worn. There's an old Night City Transport Company livery on there that seems to have been like painted over hastily, but it doesn't show any signs of any form of official, where the warehouse is big and echoing and empty, and you can hear a drip, bloop, bloop, dripping occasionally, the scurrying of some creatures under feet, and there's a bit of a chill and cold breeze there. He goes, "This is it. We'll be drawing alongside on this, so yeah, I'll go and get it started up," and hops onto the
while he does that,
main
I
loco
turn to
does it.
Saif, and I say,
Safe.
Sorry, Saif. Is it like say? Anyway, say Saif, and say, I've been looking at your camera. It's very old, isn't it? I'd have thought, you'd have a more modern edition. There's been at least 2 upgrades released since that, the X4000 and the X42,000.
Well, I prefer the sepia tones that come through with this lens that I've got attached, and you can't get that within the upgrades. And also, this camera belonged to my my teacher, my mentor, I guess my role model. He was killed reporting on the truth. Hence why I chose that handle, that this is what I stand for, to report the truth no matter what, because there's so much propaganda going on that people are being brainwashed into thinking that one corporation has a right to exist above, what was there before the people in their way. And I will not stand for it. One voice for them is one voice too many that stands against them. So all of us are being hunted down and killed to prevent us spreading the truth, because the more people that hear our story, the more people will stand up and rise against this way the world is being run. And so having this camera keeps me grounded in that truth, that philosophy, what drives me, my animus.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Just these are the facts, and they're verifiable because I literally record it on this camera. You can't deny what you see with your own eyes, or what I can hear with my enhanced audio from my Cyber Audio suite.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you lost your mentor.
That's okay. Not sorry enough for the people that will go down for it.
Exposing the truth is a valiant goal.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I didn't realise I believed the same story that they keep peddling to everyone. But then I unlearned what was learned to me. I woke up, as they say, to the truth. And so, yeah, they won't obviously, they'll never publish it on the main news channels. There's too much at stake for them. They've got their own agendas. They push their own truths, what they want people to be believing in.
Yes, they
That
do like
keeps
their
the
secrets.
masses brainwashed
Yeah.
and blind to what's really going on. Should we get on this train?
Yep.
Red Eye is just like,
Yeah, I was
"Whoa,
going to say, does Red Eye react?
that's heavy."
You're not working for any megacorps right now, are you?
Who me? No, just me. Just do what I can. You know, I do a bit of work with Ironsides every so often, but no corpo work. Definitely not any now.
Yeah, subscribe and like to my channel. You'll learn the truth soon enough.
What's your tagline?
Truth.executable. There is
Nice.
nothing else.
Nice. As you're talking, you hear this locomotive rumble to life, and huge plumes of exhaust
Steam?
come out of the not quite steam. Everything runs on
Choo-choo.
Everything runs on Choo 2 in the future, which is an alcohol
Yeah.
based derivative. So
Choo-choo.
which is CHOOOH, I believe, isn't it?
Squared.
It's squared. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you completely missed my joke there then.
What, Choo Choo, as in Choo 2? Yes. To be honest, I didn't give it. Actually, I did miss it. It went over my head. It was good. I like that. So yeah, the engines of this rumble to life, and the doors to this warehouse slide open on the other side. Lights flicker on. You get on the carriage in the rear, and it starts to rumble off into the night. Is there anything that you want to do or say as you get on the way? Is there anything you'd like to attempt, or are you just going to sit, watch the world go by?
I think we need to plan, right? So work out how this train is even going to stop, where the exit points are for the train, this one, and how we're going to board the other one. How does it tie in? I'm expecting there's some sort of plans are being shared, or is it just a wing it type of job for us?
You three in the back, you, Red Eye, and Zero are sat in the back. So
Gunter up front, is that?
Is driving. It's a separate carriage. He's in the loco, you're in the carriage.
Okay. Just a two-carriage
Fair
train.
enough.
One locomotive, one carriage.
So two-carriage train.
Well, is a locomotive a carriage?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I meant like, okay.
Is that the engine?
I don't know the technical.
Yes.
A two-segmented, a train of two segments.
Correct. Yes.
Sorry.
I didn't want you to think you had an extra second buffet car or something that you could fall back on.
Wait, we don't?
What if we get
afraid not.
hungry? Are they not
Well,
snacks?
you should have packed some kibble. Did you not bring any in your pockets ready to go?
Well, I did bring some, but you always need to make sure on such a low income that, if you can grab free food, you might as well.
Yeah, get it in the pockets. Extra scran for the road.
You never know when your next meal is when you're jumping trains.
No, indeed. You hear a tinny voice all around you all of a sudden that you recognise as Gunter's, and coming from the intercom that says, probably about 20 minutes out from our rendezvous point with the train. If you need anything, give me a shout. There's a radio in the cupboard in the front of the carriage that you're in that's tuned to my frequency. You can use to contact me in emergency. No names, though, over it. I'll be driver over comms. Can you go and get it and just give us a little 1-2 and check?
All right, I'll go and get it. Come on then. Hello, driver. It's truth.exe. Over.
Nice. Driver checking in. Glad to see you found the radio all right. You got any net handles you want to go by apart from your real names?
I'm truth.exe.
Okay. I use different names just in case these signals get intercepted. We don't want people picking up. Over.
Cool. Well, then you can call me Blind Spot.
Blind spot it is. Assume you're going to be comms guy. Over.
I am pretty much. It is my career choice. So yeah, I'll do comms. Over and out.
Wow, no more chat, I guess. Cool, business, I like it. Over and out. Give me a ring if you need me.
Hello, driver.
Was that on loudspeaker, or was that like an earpiece in Truth's ear?
It's a little radio, so I imagine a walkie-talkie.
Hey, can I link it to my internal agent?
Yes, you probably can. I imagine there'll be... Because your internal agent is in your head, isn't it? In your cyber suite. Oh no, you can view it
Yes.
through your Chiron, can't you? Through your eye.
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Nice. Yeah, there'll be a port that you can just clip it into and plug it into your agent so that you can activate it through there. So now it can be hands-free.
assume-
So all we have to do is think about it.
Nice. What's your handle, Mr. Medtech?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I've never really had to think of a handle before.
Well, we're not using real names, are we? So, what shall I call you? Over the
Maybe
radio,
you could
of
go
course.
by one.
Or Doc? Or Cod? What about a Cod?
I don't know what that is.
I think they're these
Explain
things
yourself.
that used to exist when food was real. But yeah, maybe it'll baffle lots of people.
What kind of food was it?
I believe it was a fish.
Fish.
No, I heard it was a
Fish.
plant.
Okay, yeah,
Oh.
fair. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Why,
been a
why
long
a
time.
fish? I hear dead fish go with the flow.
No.
Just quoting
Well,
random scriptures and things that I've read.
We
Anecdotes.
Don't wanna be
sarcastic.
dead fish.
It's my sarcastic
I don't want to
nature.
be a dead fish.
Yeah.
it's just
Um,
you're so deadpan. I can't tell.
We're clearly not going with the flow today because I
Red-Eye,
don't know where
what's
the flow
your-
is.
handle. If we're all doing handles.
Call me Bear.
Okay, Bear.
Does this work if Gunter doesn't know which one we are?
Well, if someone has the radio, I think as long as Gunter doesn't really need to know our handles, does he?
But we've only got one radio.
Yeah.
So So either it's important that Gunter knows who we are, or we're never talking to him about us anyway.
As
Well,
long as we're not using our real names. Are we getting dragged down by this? What handle is who? Shall we crack on with the rest
I
of the
think we
plan?
might
We need to
be
jump on this train.
slightly distracted. Yeah. It looks like
Well,
there's
it's not slowing down the train, is it? The train's going to arrive when it arrives.
Yeah, but now
No,
we're going to
exactly.
be there in
We're
15
running out of
minutes,
time.
not 20.
Oh, very good. I set my bio watch. I set a little timer for 15 minutes.
Hey, internal
my
agent,
arm.
set timer. 15 minutes.
Okay. Calling Mom.
No, hang up, you stupid piece of shit.
15 minutes. Counting down now.
Okay, so I think we know the plan, right? The train's going to pull up. I'm going to go first. I've got my shotgun. Red-Eye's taking the rear, and you'll look after the middle. You're like, why don't you check out for crates? Why don't you keep your eyes out for the crates we're looking for?
Okay.
there's a maintenance hatch at the back that we're going to be going in through the roof. So I think we just need to get on the roof of this car and jump across.
Well, do we need to do it yet, or should we do it close to the time? Because you know what happens on train rooftops, people, the wind resistance will blow us off. So let's just do it
I've
at the
never
last
been
minute
on
when
a
the train
rooftop
slow down.
before, so
I have many. Sometimes it's the only place to get reception to broadcast from. So I need to put my antenna up there.
dangerous
I
profession.
haven't. I was thinking we get up there in probably about 14 minutes. 14 minutes,
Yeah,
30
sounds
seconds.
good.
Yeah.
So how should we pass the rest of this time? I know. Let's double check the plan again. So climb the roof, jump onto the next train, enter the hatch. How many carriages have we got in the other train? Do we know?
There are 3.
3 carriages, and the crates are in the middle carriage.
We don't know where they are. They're just on the train somewhere.
So we need to find them.
And we're, just so I
Great.
understand, we're coming into the last carriage.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the risk of people ambushing us from behind is lower.
We're also
but we
pinned
shouldn't
at the
be
back.
complacent.
We'll be trapped in a corner.
Yeah,
So we need to
very
be
true.
quick and move forward. And I assume we need to. Are we? What happens if we meet resistance? Do we kill them?
Yeah, I think that's what Hornet wanted.
Okay.
He had
Yeah,
no
we-
lost for these people who stole his goods.
I'm gonna have my camera on running so we can, as discussed, tell the truth of the matter.
Okay, well, let's not gratuitously murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm at the back now. Yeah, I think our job's to get the cargo, and it sounds like these Red Chrome guys aren't too
Friendly.
nice guys to begin with. Yeah, friendly. So we need to be prepared. I don't know if you've had any run-ins with them before, but the ones I've seen have been not great.
Fair enough. Let's get moving then. I think time's ticking now.
Yeah, so if you want to wait until basically it's about time.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So the
And then
train.
let's equip our gear when we've crossed the train before we enter the hatch.
Yeah. So it's chugging along at a steady pace. You know, the carriage is rattling comfortably as you sit there waiting for this call to action from Gunter. As you look out the windows, you can see the cramped buildings of Night City flash by, the juxtaposition of new buildings sitting next to the pre-war ones that have been cannibalized from them. It's a contrast between the old and the new. And as you see you're getting out of town, or you're coming towards the outskirts of Night City, these buildings become a bit more sparse there. You get a call over the tannoy again, the Gunter piping up and says, okay, we're about a minute out now. I'm going to keep level with the train as best I can. You got the radios. Let me know if it goes foobar. So you've got a few minutes left to prepare. Is there anything else you want to do just beforehand?
Yeah, I'm going to turn to the Red Eye and Truth and say, do you want any gear to help? I've got some synth coke. I've got a boost.
Tell me what these things do. I'm unfamiliar with
I was
them.
going to say, yeah, I'm okay for drugs. And actually, do you know what? Red Eye doesn't actually respond. You've seen over the past couple of minutes, they seem to be getting a bit more nervous and periodically checking their heavy pistol. But she's sat with her head down now, taking deep breaths in and out.
So, I mean, obviously there are potential side effects, but for the short term, synth coke will boost your, makes you faster, increases your reflex, and boost increases your intelligence.
Interesting. And are you taking it?
Well, I might hold back the boost, but the reflex, if you want to increase your reflex stat, I might snort a bit of synth coke. Which lasts for 4
Fair
hours.
enough.
Do you want some? Drugs
There
do
are
have
addiction
side
is
effects.
addiction is a real side effect in this, by the way. If you become addicted, bad things can happen. I mean, there's great temporary boons, but you just got to get your fix.
Are we going on a heist with a
otherwise things
junkie?
happen.
With a self-prescribing
No, I'm not
junkie?
addicted to drugs yet.
Dr. House, is that you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my airfo and I'm gonna snort some synth coke. So I increase my reflex score by 1.
Okie
for 4
dokie.
hours.
To reflex 8 now, is that?
Reflex 8 now, yeah.
So now Jay can dodge bullets. He's so coked up.
It's not.
Can you go higher
it's
than
not-
8?
Yes, it can go higher than 8.
So no, as a character creation starting stat, they said you can't go higher than. Or was that on the skills?
No. It's
You
higher.
can't go
You
higher
can't go
than
higher
this.
than 8 on your core stats, but that's why drugs are good.
Ah. So what's your
9 out of
reflex
10.
now?
My reflex becomes 8. Do I?
Do you have evasion?
So how much?
I do, but I haven't put a lot of because it's a core stat, but I haven't put a lot into it because evasion is actually based on dex, not reflex, which is why I didn't. There's a whole different thing that we can cover in the wrap up if you want. But it's why it's not actually worth it because the DV to hit something, you actually have to be really good at dex and reflex to do the build, which is then dodging bullets. Sorry, truth. What were you saying?
I say, what was your reflex before you took the coke?
7.
Fair enough. So it only goes up by 1.
Yeah, it goes up by 1, but still it increases all my shooting is
Yeah, all
reflex
the-
based.
Yeah, that's cool.
And for the duration of the primary effect, the GM will occasionally tell you when you feel paranoid. So I'm paranoid for 4 hours.
Potentially paranoid. Yeah, nice. I like it.
I now have a DV 15 to not be addicted, but my resist drugs is 14. So
Yes.
it's,
fine.
So
So you're pretty good at not being addicted.
I'm
I
pretty
like
good
it.
at not getting addicted.
My
does
resist
this,
to drugs is not good. I'm only a 6 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's a
no, thanks,
5.
mate. Oh,
So
you're good.
I resist.
Yeah, I
I
might
resist
pass.
these drugs.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah.
I start shaking like a little bit, like in nervous anxiety, like nervous interest, like
Nice.
excitement, nervous excitement.
Nice. So you see Red Eye where she was sat down taking deep breaths. When you see she raises her head and stands up, her whole body language has changed and she stands taller, more secure, and walks towards the front of the carriage with a confidence that she didn't seem to have before. And actually, the most notable change you see in her now is her eyes have changed to a glaring red. She chambers the first round of a heavy pistol, restores it to her holster, and flashes you all a sharp grin. Goes, "Okay, Chooms, let's do this." And walks out the carriage.
All right, just for 1 second, can I ask what are you taking right now? Because that seems like a very interesting concoction to bring out such an effect.
As you were talking, she walked out, ready to get to the front, where you see her climbing a ladder on the side of the carriage.
I turn to Truth and I say, "I want what she's having," and then I go to follow.
Ask her nicely if you can. I'll just watch. And you say, as you say that, you realise the camera is recording.
The little red light is blinking, is it, on the camera?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll climb up next. Yeah, but I'm in the middle. We're going in order.
It's reverse order now, isn't it? Right. So you step on top of the carriage, it slightly sways, and the chill night air whips around you and steals the warmth from you, or any warmth you may have had. You can see moonlight casting a red-tinted haze around on the surroundings as it perforates the dust in the atmosphere. and you're fast pulling up on your target on the parallel track. You can see it every so often. There's an overhead light that catches it, and the Hammerhead, it crawls ahead of you, and it reminds you a bit of a cross between a slug and a stocky armoured beetle as it chugs along at its steady pace. Gunter applies the brakes slightly as the train starts to slow to match the pace of the Hammerhead. As you pull alongside it, you can see that Hornet's intel on it was correct. 3 carriages, a locomotive, and Gunter's voice chimes over the radio. Okay, we're stable. Make your move when you're ready. Good luck, Chooms. You've got about 30 minutes. Your cargo and who knows what else lies in wait for you there.
Right, lead the way.
You ready for the big time? Let's earn these eddies, Chooms. And Red Eye runs and jumps to the other train.
I follow and run and jump as well.
So I need a DV athletics check, a DV 13.
Oh my god. Okay, my athletics is 7.
Red Eye easily clears it and lands on the other side.
So how do I roll an athletics check?
That's a 9.
Talk to me.
Sorry, I forgot to say, before any roll, you can choose to spend luck points. You have as many luck points as you have for the whole session, and once a session is done, those will refresh. So you are rolling athletics, which is your top skill under body skill. There, you have a base 9 in athletics. So you're rolling a D10 and adding 9 to it, and you want to beat 13 or equal 13.
D10, very good. Right, let's roll this bad boy. So that's so 5 plus 9. It's 14.
Yeah, you nimbly clear it and land on there. And 0, the last second your leg slips. You make the distance, but you slam into the side of the other the carriage there. And it makes quite a loud thunk as you do so. But the other 2 manage to grab you and pull you up in time.
Thanks.
Phew.
Couldn't lose you at the first hurdle, Choom. Come on. The hatch is over here.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, I tend to be better in the lab environment.
What? It's quite windy, actually, with the sound of the train and everything as well.
I point to go down as I get out my shotgun, and start positioning it as much as I can while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I notion to Truth to get his shield ready as well.
Cool. So I've got a shield ready, and I'll just quickly radio to Gunther. Go, driver about to make entry. Over.
Driver, all received. Await your further your communications. Over.
Shields up. What does a shield give me? I've got my heavy pistol.
So a shield, it's literally like cover that you can walk around with, and I think it has 10 hit points or 15 hit points that I can find it.
So the shield itself has got hit points.
Yeah, the shield itself just dies before you get hit, basically.
Cool. I think I did make a note of it, but I printed it off.
Yeah,
on an older copy. Cool. All right. So 10 HP on my shield, and I can hold it with one hand, and I still have the gun in the other.
Yes, that's correct.
Great. All right, let's go down.
Whereas my shotgun, you'll see, is two-handed.
Two-handed, nice. Right, let's go down.
So
yeah,
this
it has 10
train,
10 HP. Sorry.
The armor on the outside, there's no windows or anything in it. It's completely sealed up with this thick armor that surrounds it. You pull up to this hatch. The hatch is sealed, and you'll need to make me a basic tech check to unlock it. DV13.
I nod to the other two and say, I can do this. And I kneel down, and I got a 24.
Nice. Yep, so you open this hatch, nice and quiet. It silently pops open.
Sorry, I actually rolled a 10. Does that mean I roll again and add?
You roll again and add to it, yeah.
So that's a 29.
You still open this hatch nice and silently. It's before there
much
was
better
maybe
at hatches than jumping.
Maybe there was a glide of like a sign of it, but now it's just like nothing was there.
So before we go down, can I use my enhanced hearing to perhaps see if I can hear anyone moving around? I've got amplified hearing, so I get a +2 to perception checks.
Yes, make me a perception check, please.
Okay. So
I
I've
will
got
say
natural.
you're probably going to make this because it's very noisy all around you, and to do that would probably be a 17 because that's a professional level thing.
Yeah. So I've rolled a 10. So I've got 24 plus 2. So 26, and then I roll again, right? If I roll a 10.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, 2 crits back to back.
I've rolled another die.
We're
and that's
nailing getting into this
a 9.
carriage.
Or a 6. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what was that? 22. That's 31. Is it total?
No,
Either
it was,
way, it's good.
26
sorry,
plus
it was
9, so 35.
There we go. Fine. Yeah, you hear frantic whispering and a bit of pointing. Oh, not pointing. Sorry, you just hear frantic whispering and some shuffled footsteps.
I can hear the
you don't hear
fingers.
pointing. That's stupid. It's been a long day.
I'm like a daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. There's the hatch has opened into a. There's a inside. It's lit in this cold white luminescent light, and there's a ladder that goes down to the floor beneath you, which is probably it's not far to drop.
With my hearing, can I hear people within this carriage?
Yes. You think you can hear 2 people because you rolled so well.
And they're whispering.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and you kind of pick something about.
I relayed.
No, go on. Sorry.
Oh no, you finish.
No, it's okay. You had something to. No, you hear what sounds like maybe hushed arguing.
Okay. No, that's good to hear. So I'll whisper. Well, I won't whisper. I'll communicate to. What were your code names again?
Well, you could just call them their names because
You're not saying our names out loud.
it's more if you're saying it out loud
fine.
or over the radio is why he said it, because you never know if somebody's going to intercept it.
True. Okay, so 0, you're in first, and I'm right behind you. Red Eye will go. There's 2 people in the room, so I'll like how they do in special ops. They put like 2 fingers down below, and then I'll do like a kill sign or an ambush to surprise them. Can we do a surprise round in this and just jump down and start shooting? If I can sort of tell which direction the voices are coming from, I know which way we need to land, and do we need to turn around? Or will the voices be in front of us or behind us when we go down the ladder?
I think. Let me see if there's anything about that. I would say you just get to. If you would do it, you could potentially act first. I think though we would roll initiative as soon as somebody starts something for this, rather than you get the feeling that you would not be able to catch them completely unawares.
Okay. And is the rest of the train loud enough, say we used our guns, that the other carriage would hear it, or? Guess we'll find out. Let's go down.
You'll find, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to
Okie
drop
dokie.
down first with the shotgun ready.
Okay. Yep.
And try
cool.
and pop a shot off at someone.
Cool. So you drop in, and in a second you can take in this first car. It's 14 meters wide, and it's 12 meters long. Sorry, you would have known that from because you move
Meters
in things.
wide.
Yeah.
And because
Jesus,
we're on top
okay.
of it, so we can literally see how big the carriage
Yeah,
is.
exactly. So you could see that, but you move.
So this is really
you move-
wide train.
Yeah, it's a big boy. It's a cargo train.
It's almost as wide as it is long.
Yeah, chode trains.
Choo choo!
Well, so no, the different carriages are different sizes. Sorry. So the front driver's car is really wide. the first and the third carriages are identical in their makeup, and the middle carriage is a slightly narrower. It is
Okay, cool.
8
So we would have
meters by
seen that
14.
as we were like on top jumping
as you're on
over.
top of it. Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
You would know that.
And I suppose
So
yeah,
what
that
do you
makes
see
sense if
when
they're
you drop
carrying
down?
cargo. Yeah, what do I see when I?
So you drop down in the back middle left. To either side of you, there are. It's a 4 meters squared crates stacked to the ceiling. Ahead of you, about 6 meters, it's floor to ceiling crates again, all stamped in Militech logo. But there is one narrow 2-meter alley that goes down the middle there, and you see a person dressed in the Red Chrome Legion colours, which is a kind of bronze rust, wearing leathers, spikes. They've got like a flashing mohawk, and they have a tattoo on their face that just says "fuck you, bitch" on their forehead. And they're carrying a shotgun, and they go, "Ah, shit, and roll initiative, please.
Okay. That is a 3 on the dice. Where is my initiative?
It's your reflex
int,
plus
right?
1d10.
Oh, reflex
11.
is not int. What's int?
Intelligence.
Ah, yes. Reflex. So I'm going to be 13.
So you are. What was yours? Sorry, 0? 11.
11.
Okay, and then we need to
Very
do
disappointing.
Red Eyes. Oh, okay. Red Eyes got 9 on their initiative. So
That's not a bad roll.
So actually, Truth is going first in all of this.
Wait, but did you not say that if someone
Wow.
went first, they'd get to do something, or not?
Yeah, you said if when we went to do something, we'd have to roll initiative. Is the action of you jumping down doing something?
No, that's triggering the combat. What did I actually say? Remind me. What do you think I said?
I think you
You
said
said
that basically once we jump down, the first person would get to do something, and then we'd
Fine,
go
okay.
into
So
initiative.
you, fine, roll off because this guy tied you.
Cool. Yeah. With plus my reflex, I rolled a 9.
He rolled a 10.
No, but is it plus my reflex? Because my reflex is 8.
His was a natural 10.
So he gets crit, but what's his reflex?
6. So
Yeah,
but he gets
if he gets a 1, then
Okay.
we match.
I was just doing a roll off rather than natural roll, but I'll roll this anyway just to give you the odds. That was a 3. Sorry, he goes first.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he just
So I got
shoots.
a 17. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Shoots with his shotgun, which is going to be a little bit
And
spicy.
I guess I don't have any cover.
No, but remember you can dodge if you want to.
No, he has
It's
a
a
DV to hit
DV13.
me. Yeah, but my DV would be.
You might be able to make it harder.
Yeah, but I might make it easier. So my evasion is 7. So to beat a 13. Sorry, this is like when I looked at the.
No, it's your
stats.
dex plus your evasion plus a d10.
Yeah, and my dex plus evasion is 7. So to get higher than a 13, I have to roll
Fine,
a 5
okay.
on the
Yeah, fine.
dice, which is why the odds are.
So
No,
everything
6 on the
happens in
dice.
real slow motion now for you as you
Yeah, as
drop
I'm
down. This guy goes,
coked
"Oh
up on
shit!"
synth.
and just lets loose with his shotgun. This is a systems test playthrough of Red Chrome Cargo, a Screamsheet for Cyberpunk Red, written by Cody Pondsmith, with Pav as Truth.exe, Jay as Zero Hanno, and Nick as the GM. Join us next week for the next episode.